friends, it's Mike. I picked up this 2010 Fender Tele. It's what they refer to as the Blacktop. And got it for a really, really good price at Guitar Center. And what I like about this is the dual humbuckers. So this is a Blacktop HH model, which is humbucker. And so I'm really looking forward to playing this. It's in great condition. It's 7 years old. The only thing is we have, as you would expect with a guitar this age, especially if somebody's playing it, I have some flattened frets. So for those that are not familiar with guitar playing, what happens is when you're playing your guitar, the strings, of course, are going to hit the tops of the frets. And if you play lead guitar especially, you're going to have bends. So what's going to happen is you're going to have metal, the string, against metal, the frets. And over time it starts to file the fret down, and so you have flat spots. So let me see if I can find one for you. And it's going to be very difficult to see, but well, if you can't see it, just trust me. So we have some flat spots in here. The person who played this guitar, there's another one here. Maybe you can see that one. But it's throughout the fretboard, and it's pretty good from about the 12th fret up. There's really no flat spots on the frets. It's from the 12th fret back. From what I can tell, this person did a lot of playing up in the 5th and 7th fret area, probably a lot of lead guitar playing in that area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to recrown the frets. I'm not going to pull any frets. I'm just going to recrown them. Many times, if the flat spots aren't that bad, what you can do is, here's a tool. You can get this from Stu Mac, and I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can do this so that you can see it. You see how it's shaped like a V? It's a V-shaped file. And so the way this works is you would take the file, see if I get it here, and you would go across the fret, all right, and then you turn it around, and you go across the fret. And because it's V-shaped, what's happening is it's reshaping the fret so that it takes away the flatness on the sides here. And then I'm able to take my crowning tool, which you can see, if you can see that, oh boy, trying to get this camera to focus properly. Well, you have to take my word for it. That is an arched file. And so you take the arched file, and then you put it down on the fret, and then you go across. So now what's happening is a combination of using this file to bring the outside of the frets in, make it pointed, if you will, point it up, and then to use this file to round it will help you to re-round or re-crown the frets. And that's what I'm doing on this guitar. But it's really in great shape. I mean, body-wise, it's got a couple of scuffs on the back. Really minor stuff. I'm not even sure if you could see it with the camera. All of which I can probably get out with some good rubbing compound, polishing compound. So that's what I'm going to work on. This won't take me very long. And when I'm done, I'll clean it up and I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so all these frets have been done. Up here, these are fine. So there wasn't a whole lot of playing up here. But here, from I guess the 15th, 16th fret back, there were flat spots, mostly in the middle, which is what you would expect. A lot of bending of the string takes place with the G string and even the B string, the second string. So that's where most of the flat spots were. And I took care of it. Some of them were a little flatter than others, and the ones that were too flat, there might be a little bit of a flat spot on that fret, but it's not going to be something that's going to impede playing. If I continue to play this guitar a lot or often over time, then eventually what will happen is we'll have to replace some frets. But that's a ways off, and I'm not worried about that right now. So what I'm going to do is now use the micro sticks here, the micro mesh sticks, and I'm going to finish up the filing of the frets to really smooth them out and continue to round them. Even some of the spots that might be still a little flat, many times with the micro mesh sticks, when I work it, I can actually get those re-rounded. So it's going to look really, really good when I'm done. And then I'll polish it up. And as I mentioned before, I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done. All right, so hang in there and I'll be right back. Okay, so she's all cleaned up and she came out beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So the frets essentially have been recrowned, and I did polish up the fretboard. And again, the product that I use is Orange Glow. And I was told by a furniture repair guy that did some work for me a couple of years ago, and he's been in the business for over 30 years, that that's one of the best products you can buy for cleaning and polishing wood, believe it or not. So I use that. It's my go-to product for the fretboard, and they turn out great. I did polish up the guitar, and to polish up the guitar, a lot of times what I'll do, especially if there's some scratches or little blemishes that need to be buffed out, I will use Scratch Out. And indeed, there were some blemishes and some buff marks and some light hairline scratches that came out with the Scratch Out, so it looks really beautiful now. And the person who had it before me, again, this is 2010, so 7 years ago, they took very, very good care of this guitar, and they did play it. So hats off to that gentleman or that lady for playing the guitar the way they did and keeping the guitar in the condition that they did, in exceptional condition. So that's it. Just a quick video to show you what to do if you buy a used guitar and some of the frets have some flat spots. All you need to do is recrown them, polish them up, and you're back in action. Okay? Alright guys, thanks very much again for watching the video, and if you have any questions or so, you can comment below. Take care.